We are learning new information about the teen accused of killing more than 20 people at a Texas elementary school.
Investigators say 18-year-old Salvador Ramos shot his grandmother before going to the school. Ramos did not have a job and had no prior criminal history. We know the shooting happened in just one classroom. The suspect barricaded himself inside and police were eventually able to break in, and that is where they killed him. And for some of those parents, it was a very, very long, excruciating night of waiting.
19 students were killed along with those 2 teachers yesterday. Investigators had to use DNA samples to help identify the victims. For some of these children, they had just seen their parents hours before the end of the year ceremonies. A father whose son survived cannot believe this happened.
You know, if it could have been my child, what would I have done? What would I do?
Does he know some of the victims?
Yes.
He knows some of the children who died?
Yes.
That must be a terrible conversation that you're getting ready for.
Yes.
And it's a smaller town in Texas. It just makes it even harder. Today, Texas Governor Greg Abbott, along with other investigators, did share an update. He said the gunman posted his plans online before each of those shootings. A motive is still not clear. If you see something, you got to say something.
You have to.
Yep.
Have to.
Now, children may have a hard time processing all of this.
Yeah, but how do we actually talk to them about them to help them cope with this? CBS 17's Liz Ortiz is joining us now. You talked to a top mental health expert at Duke about how you talk to your children about these incidents, and I know you have a young one. Did you have a conversation with her, and what was that like?
Yeah, I did have a conversation with her, Rod. It was a hard conversation, one I wish we didn't have to have, and a topic I wish didn't even come to mind for her. I spoke to Duke clinical psychologist Dr. Robin Gerwich. She says children may be shaken by what happened in Texas, and as parents, it could be difficult to find the right words to comfort them. I can tell you my 11-year-old, she came home from school yesterday, and she said, "Mom, what do I do if this happens at my school?" And as a parent, how do we answer questions like this? How do we respond?
I think the fact that you're willing to talk about it is so critical. Parents truly need to have these conversations with their children to check in. There's been a horrible shooting at a school in Texas. Tell me what you know. Tell me what you've heard so that you can find out, do they have any misinformation or misperceptions? The hard thing, honestly, right now, our children are truly struggling. It's not just this horrific event in Texas, but it is coming when we are facing a mental health crisis with our children after 2+ years of the pandemic. That anxiety has not gone away.
And when it comes to easing those fears, the sadness, the anger, the frustration, how do we address that and sit down and go through those emotions with them?
I think the fact that you're validating, yes, I totally understand that you're feeling concerned and upset. Let's think about what we can do about that. One, reassuring them that the school is doing everything possible to keep them safe. Second, to think about what we can do as a family when we're feeling stressed, whether it is taking a walk together, whether it is doing a family game night, something that's taking a break from these events becomes incredibly important.
And I'm sure these conversations have to be age appropriate. My daughter's in elementary, but how about middle school, high school? How do we address different age ranges?
Yes, you know your child better than anyone else. So talking to them at a level that they can understand is critical. What we would share with a 5-year-old is going to be very different than our 15-year-olds, right? So helping them understand what they need. There's no need to go into gruesome detail with any child, no matter what the age.
And Dr. Gerwich says if you see your child's reactions continue for weeks or interfere with daily life, then reach out to a healthcare professional. Coming up at 5:30, more on my conversation with Dr. Gerwich and why she says the frequency of mass shootings is a factor in the child mental health crisis. Guys?
Yeah, I have a middle schooler, so our conversation was a little bit different, Liz, but you know, we just hate that we even have to talk about these things.
Should not even have to discuss this with babies. All right, Liz, thanks.
Yeah, this afternoon, we're also hearing from our local school districts about the shooting.
Several districts say they will step up their security in and around all of their buildings. They also mentioned the support from school staff and encouraged any students struggling to simply just reach out.